Hello, my name is Daniel Giovanelli, and today I'm going to do a little presentation on chair yoga. This might be your first time perhaps trying out yoga, and fear not, I'm here to walk you through the basics as well as just help you set up for a nice, easy relaxation. So joining us today is the backyard. Beautiful day. And we might even finish up with a little hammock yoga if you haven't tried that, huh? Yeah, so that's for our Shavasana, our relaxation. So I'm going to run down through a long list of everything that you're going to need to bring with you. So if you have a pen and paper, get ready to write it down. You're going to need some sand, just good old sand, a chair, a hammock, maybe support structure or block. You know, I'm kidding with some of these. I hope that this video reaches our seniors that have been coming to the Lincolnton Senior Center for a while and have not been able to recently join in yoga class that we do at the Senior Center. But I do recognize and I do hope that this video also reaches out many others that perhaps have been spending a lot of time at home, not being able to do a lot of the activities we normally do. Also, you can use this video at any time. Maybe you just have run across this video a little later and now you found out you want to start trying out something different. And chair yoga it is, right? We're going to start seated in a chair. So preferably you want to have a chair that is flat and has open spaces on the side. If you don't have that available, that is okay too. If it's okay to have armrests, but if you can, find something that when you have a good comfortable seat, that your feet are able to be touching the ground, and you can do sandals, or really you want to be able to do this barefoot. It is okay if you have socks on. Just make sure that there's no issue with slipping, right? So once you find that good, comfortable seat, you can take a moment to close our eyes. And even just closing your eyes, you can feel the breath lengthen a little bit. And if not quite yet, go ahead and invite in a longer, deeper breath in. And let go a nice, long exhale out. Once again, breathe in through the nose, and sigh it out through the mouth. We'll do a couple more times. And what we're doing first is really just connecting with ourselves, with the breath, and connecting it with the present moment. Now, in the next breath in, we're going to squeeze and tighten the muscles around the face and maybe making a fist here, engaging the core. And on the exhale, release. Once again, breathe in. You can squeeze, tighten, 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 and release with the exhale. Once more. And release. Good. And gently opening our eyes. We're going to start with small or even big wrist circles here. And then making these circles a little bigger through the elbows and through the shoulders, like we're swimming it out. Good. And keep moving through, and you can move at your own pace. So a big thing about perhaps, you know, being our first time joining in yoga is we have built up all these understandings and expectations perhaps that we have to be able to get our legs over our heads or be able to do really difficult type poses. And I'm here to tell you that, I mean, it can be part of it, but it doesn't have to be, right? I'd say a bigger part of the practice is tuning into where you are and finding acceptance for that today. So if it's moving a little slower here, that's good. Listen to the body. All right, and then we'll do one more And then we're going to pause with the hands together. Bring them together to heart center. And we're going to expand through the chest, looking up slightly. And with the exhale, we're going to send arms forward and round through the back. Press your back into the back of the chair if that's there. And on the inhale, bringing back into your Anjali Mudra here, your hands together. With the inhale, and on the exhale, sending arms out to the front, chin down to chest. Inhale, bringing it in, expand. Exhale, sending it out. Breathe in love. Send out love. Breathe in peace. Send out peace into the universe. Breathe in health. And send out that well-being. And then make your way back to center. Good. On the inhale, on the exhale, interlace your fingers and press the palms out to the front. Elbows here can straighten, but if not quite, that's all right. You have a little bend here to the elbows. And on the inhale, we're going to float the arms up to the top. Elbows are bent. And then release, trickling down to center. So here, inhale, expand through the chest. Exhale, reach out to the front. Inhale, float the arms up to the top. Exhale, trickle them back down. Good, we'll do one more. As you float the arms up here, you can lengthen and then release them back down to your lap. We're going to do a few shoulder rolls, so float the shoulders up towards your ears, take them forward and down. So do a few more here. Shoulder rolls moving up, forward, down, and back. And then we're going to find a good place to reverse. Then floating this back. And sometimes I get into this pose here, into this variation, and I start to roll my shoulders back like I'm rowing a boat. And we want to really slow it down, right? There's no need to row that boat quickly. We can do one last one, and plugging the shoulder blades back and down, we expand through the chest here once again. And now we relax through the back. Opening the arms out wide. We're going to do a few more poses here where we open up through the arms and shoulders with the goal of tuning into the shoulders but also warming them up a little bit. So flying out, I'm blessed to be joined by many beautiful birds around and to be joined by you. It's good to be here and to be part of our community. So we're going to cross that left arm in front. So you're going to bring that left arm all the way across the chest, support it with the right, and look over your left shoulder, wiggle through the fingers. Now we will do both sides. That is something great we get to do in yoga, evening out both sides. So if you find out you're on the other side, it's okay. Just try to match what I'm doing, and we'll do the same on the other side. Then we're going to come back here to center, opening out really wide. We're going to give ourselves a big hug here, but we're just going to cross the right arm in front this time. Look over the right shoulder, supporting the right arm with the left. Get a nice long stretch along the right arm here. And then make your way back to center. Taking it out and then release, shaking out the wrists. Good. I'm going to turn just for you to see. The next pose we're going to do will be a little cat and cow, right? So on the exhales, you get to round, and on the inhales, we get to open up through the back. So try it with me. On the exhale, round through your back, and on the inhale, open up, looking up towards the ceiling or the sky. Good. So moving through a few more. Then once we move through the last one here, we'll make our way back to center. All right. And then we're going to walk our feet wide here onto the side. So we're going to open up through the hips a little bit. Now, grounding our hands onto our knees, we're going to guide the torso in a few circles. You can start small and make them bigger as you go along. Or if it welcomes you in to the pose, you can go ahead and get into these big, slow hip circles. So try 2 more. And we're going to find a good spot to switch direction. And reverse through. Looking for a sensation here in the hips where the upper leg bone connects into that hip socket. Make sure to stay long through the neck. You want to look forward, ahead on your mat or on the floor. Making our way back through into center. Walk our feet back to the middle. And tapping our feet, we can tap our feet on the ground. Tap, 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 tap. If we're lucky enough to be doing this outside, where we perhaps can ground our feet in the sand or on dirt, then this can feel really good. But even if not, we can imagine that we're there just tapping our feet down. And then release, hug the right knee into chest. And soften it a little bit and guide the ankle in small circles here with the right foot. And then guide circles from the knee. Good, and reverse. And guide a few circles with the knee or from the ankle. And set it back down. Tap it out once again. Good. And let's do the other side. So hugging the left knee in, guide the left ankle, a few circles here. And reverse. Give yourself a smile. Yeah, we're having fun. It's good. And now guide a few circles from guide the shin bone in a few circles. And reverse. Very nice. Reverse the ankle rotation as well. Oh, I think I was going the wrong way. Right, as long as we went both directions with the ankles and with the shin bones, that's what we were looking for. Now, let's get a short little water break, and we have one more pose here for our legs that we'll move through. So I should have mentioned in the beginning of the video, it's always good to have a drink of water. If you didn't bring that along with you, you can go ahead and pause the video, get a drink of water, and then we can resume. Hope that water was nice and tasty. Now that we're back, so the next exercise, you can hold on to the right knee, extend the right leg out, draw the toes back towards you. Now the leg may be parallel to the floor, wonderful. If it's still a little lower, that's great. And then we'll point the toes and bring that foot down and drag the foot towards you. Now notice if that's a little difficult, you want to come up with the inhale, hugging the knee in. Exhale, extend the leg out. Inhale, bringing it down. Exhale, bringing it in. See, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. You're like, Daniel, that's the other way. So how do I know when it's exhale or inhale? Well, generally exhale when you're bringing it in. So you're closing the abdominal wall here. Inhale, we create space. It makes it easier for us to breathe in. Exhale, bringing it down. Inhale, bringing it in. Exhale, bringing it into the chest. Inhale, extending that leg away from you. Exhale, bringing the foot down. Inhale, bringing the foot towards you. Last one. Exhale, hugging it in. Now we got it. Inhale, expand. Spread the toes. Exhale, down. Inhale, bringing it in. And just one more hug here with an exhale. And then we'll set it down. Tapping it out. Good, it always trips me up sometimes. Okay, you ready? We're gonna do the other side. So hugging the left knee in with an exhale, that's right. An inhale, we extend, spreading through the toes. Exhale, we come down. Inhale, bringing it in. Exhale, hugging it to the chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, point the toes and down. Inhale in. Exhale, hugging it in again. We have two more for those of you that like to count. My math teachers out there. And once we move through this last one, we'll hug the knee in to finish up. And then we'll set the left leg back down, tap it out. Now, I mentioned chair yoga, but we get to do some standing poses as well. And those seniors in Lincolnton, they know that. We get to move through some of these. So the standing portion of the class is coming up next. I will, however, show you variations where you can do the poses just standing on your chair or seated on your chair. Please don't stand on your chair. Now, we're going to do a little get up exercise, getting up out of our chairs. So you're welcome to do this with as many times with me as you like, or you can just follow along. So it's a little rocket ship launch exercise. So we're going to count and come up with a 10 and sit back down. And 9, 8, 7, 6, count with me, 5, we're halfway there, 4, 3, almost 2, my chair is sinking in the sand, 1, and blast off. All right, release. We can do it easy side to side here with our arms. Wonderful. And we're standing up, so we can stand beside our chair so we'll have it for balance. All right, so making sure here you can hang on to the back of the chair if you need extra balance. Well, let's start with just a standing posture. In yoga, this pose is called Tadasana, so who knew that even just doing a standing posture, we would be doing yoga? So you've been doing yoga all along. So from our standing pose, we'll start with a little half sun salutation. Sun salutation is a series of poses we get to do in yoga, all through one side, and sometimes we come back on the other side. Sometimes we come back to a good halfway point and then do the other side. We'll start with the simplest variation. So finding ourselves in Tadasana, really grounded in our feet, grounded onto the floor. We can soften through the knees. Rise through the pelvis and through the back. Good head on your shoulders. Relax the shoulders. And then on the next inhale, we'll float the arms up. We'll reach and lengthen, growing nice and tall. And on the exhale, leading with the chest, we'll float down just halfway with the soft knees. Inhale, bring your hands up towards your thighs. Halfway lift, so there's a 90-degree angle here between the upper body and the lower body. Now bending our knees, we'll come to a chair pose or Utkatasana. Soft bend to your knees here. And on the inhale, float all the way up, reach and lengthen. Hands down to heart center with the exhale. Wonderful. So I'll show you the side view for the whole thing. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, floating down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chair. Inhale, roll all the way up. Exhale, float down. Can we do one more? Inhale, coming up. Exhale, leading with the chest, we float down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale, come all the way up. Hands together, down to heart center. All right. Should be starting to feel a little warmer already. But if not, this next one will definitely get it. Let's get in a wide stance once again. Notice here when we get into a wide stance and our heels move in, so the toes moved out, feet are at about 45, 46 degrees. We find ourselves a little more open through the hips, right? So this next exercise, we're going to move from a 5-pointed star here at the top to what is called a goddess pose with the exhale. And on an inhale, we'll come back to that 5-pointed star. You with me? Exhale down. Inhale, come up. Exhale down. Inhale, come up. Good. You just have 99 more to go. I know. You may be coming up to the video and it's like, all right, let me fast forward this really quickly, and it's going to look something like no worries. Those of you that know me will know we won't quite do 99, just maybe 2 more. And we'll meet back up at the top, expanding here through the arms, and then release the arms down for a second. Shake it out. Now I'm going to turn sideways again so you can see the sideways view. We'll be in that 5-pointed star, but rather than going into goddess pose, or a squat if you will, we'll float down into sunflowers, where we get to hug the arms into the chest and come up with the inhale. So on the exhale, hug arms into chest. Inhale, come up. Exhale, floating down. Inhale, coming up. Good. We have 3 more. And we'll meet back at the top and release the arms down. Wonderful. So from this wide stance, I'm just turning just for you to be able to get a few different views, right? From this wide stance, we get to practice our warrior poses. So we'll start with the right knee bent first. So turning the right foot out to the side, we'll bring the left foot in a little bit. So we should have 90 degrees here between our feet. Now bending that right knee, we'll move into our warrior 2, where we look out past the right fingertips and the arms are parallel to the floor. We get to be nice and long right here through that pose. Where we can do one more breath. And with an inhale, straighten the arm, bring the arms up, straighten that front knee. Turn the right foot in, turn the left toes out, then bend the left knee. We get to be right here. So inhale, we just move down with an exhale. And we look out past the front fingertips. Now warrior pose, we're engaged in our arms. Arms are pressing down, fingers are lengthening, reaching out. Then we can straighten that back and come back to center, and then release the arms down, shake it out, and we can walk the feet back to the middle and find that mountain pose once again. For our mountain pose, we get to do one little balancing pose. Now remember, we have the chair, right? So, and if I didn't show you, then I didn't. The chair also allows you to do those warrior poses that we just did, like this, all right? So on some days where we are working through holding warriors a little longer, we can use the chair for support, okay? Now, the chair for support for your tree pose, that's what we get to do today. All the beautiful trees. Spring is here, folks. For tree pose, your right hip, we're going to start with standing on the left leg. Your right hip is going to open up to the side, and the bottom of your right foot will come up against the left ankle. So right knee opens up. We can hold on here to the chair, or we can bring hands to our hips or hands together in front of the heart center. We're planting a little tree here. Stay nice and strong. And as you find balance into this pose, eventually that bottom of that right foot will come up against your calf muscle. We can stay here, breathe, breathe. And then we can release and shake it out. Good job. And let's go ahead and try out the other side. How to bring the bottom of the left foot to the outside, or to the inside rather, of the right ankle. And again, you can find your connection here, or you can bring your hands together in front of the heart center. As always, we have the chair for support. Maintain connection with your breath. When you're ready to release and let go, come back to center. We get to walk into place, tuning into our balance once again. This walking in place is something very good we can do to stay nice and strong through the legs, right? Marching here, if you will. Wonderful. And next we're going to open up and work through a little bit through the back of the legs. This is generally done with the standing behind the chair that's behind you. So you want to hang on to the back of the chair. And hanging on to the back of the chair, we'll step a few feet away from the back of the chair. Bring the left foot in towards the chest, and then send it straight back, keeping the toes pointed down. So inhale, bringing it in. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, bringing it in. Exhale, send it back. Wonderful. We have 3 more. 2. Last one. Send it back. You can balance here. Both legs are straight. Now come back to neutral. Set it down. Walk it out. And then set up to do the other side. I'll turn just so you can see the other side, okay? So now hugging that right knee in towards the chest, we send the right foot back. Inhale, bringing it in. Exhale, send it back. Now the standing leg has just a tiny bend on it, which is okay. And then make your way to 2 more. Neighbor's puppies, you can hear them from here. And then we'll make our way back to center, walking it out. And then bringing your chair back to neutral. Here, back to center. If you need another drink of water, pace yourself, have a drink of water or tea. We're going to make our way back to the chair. We can have a good, comfortable seat once again. This time we can pick up our feet, be balanced here on the chair, and send them back. Coming back, you can even pick up the arms and send it back. Wonderful. Have 2 more. And then make your way back to comfortable seated posture where you scoot back in the chair and find yourself grounded here once again. We'll do a little exercise for the neck. And this one is optional. You want to be mindful here of the neck, on lengthening through the neck. Always listen to the body, right? So any discomfort, you just pause and we'll meet at the next pose. So on the exhale, we'll lower the chin down the chest. And gently we'll start to move the head side to side, rolling the chin down the chest. You can make the movement a little bigger, drawing your ears over towards your shoulders. And make your way back to neutral. And slowly draw the head back up to the top. Bring your hands around and interlace them behind your neck, really behind the back of your head. And then take your head back. You can allow your head to be supported by the hands. And you want to use your hands to lengthen through the neck. So you're drawing the head away from the top of the shoulders. It's just the slightest bit. And then we can release, make our way back to neutral, and we can set up for our relaxation. I'll tell you, the hammock does look pretty nice. I'll probably take a little bit of a break on the hammock for the rest of my Shavasana. But for our Shavasana here, you can be relaxed, either seated on the chair. If you're doing this at home, then maybe set up on your couch or in your bed. Well, you're going to take the next 5-10 minutes to enjoy a good, comfortable Shavasana, or also known as relaxation. So take a few moments to get comfortable wherever it is, whatever you're watching and doing this video. And we'll close our eyes. A lot of times we come into this pose unprepared, where we want to find immediate comfort and expect highly of our bodies to simply relax. Well, you may find it's not always that easy, but there are a few things that we can do that help. One of them we already did, which was a light yoga practice, gentle yoga practice for the body. It helped to smooth out any aches and pains and iron out any discomfort in our joints. And now I invite you to do one more exercise, which we did a little bit of earlier, which is a tightening and releasing of the muscles around the body. So tune into your breath. And on the next inhale, draw it in big through the nose. Hold it at the top and squeeze, tighten, 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 and release with an exhale. Once again, inhale. You can squeeze and tighten through the body, and exhale, release. You can do once more. Now, as the body softens and feels supported by whatever you are relaxing on, see if we can relax the muscles behind the eyes. Relax through the cheeks and jaws. Jaw. The cheeks. Even the tongue relaxes to the roof of the mouth. We'll take a few moments to follow our awareness, where we relax through the shoulders, the arms feeling heavy and relaxed, down through the wrists and hands, from pinkies to thumbs, the back of the hands, palms of the hands, all feeling heavy and relaxed. Soften through the chest, through the upper rib cage, through the sternum and solar plexus, to the bottom of the rib cage. Down through the core muscles in the navel, the upper back and shoulders, mid-back, and low back or the back of the navel. The upper body is fully soft and relaxed. Perhaps enjoying the gentle breeze, the warmth of the sun, the sound of the birds, or the ocean. The smell of a scented candle. As you draw away from the senses, back into the body, continue to relax through the legs, through the upper legs, knees, shin bones, down to the ankles, down to the toes, to the pinkies, tops of your feet, bottoms of your feet. So the lower body is heavy and relaxed. And turning back into the sensations around the face, soften through the forehead, crown of the head, muscles behind your eyes, ears, and back of the head, cheeks, and jaw. See if you can let go just a little more. If you happen to notice the breath, allow it to be nice and long, making this a sacred moment, a special, intimate moment with your body, your mind, and your spirit. be here for a few minutes, so allow yourself to simply relax and be. If you are tuning in for the night, I can wish you Namaste now. I wish you all the peace, blessings, and joy. And you can go off to sleep. Otherwise, those of you that do want to come back, we'll be coming back in a few moments. Or we can stay in a relaxation as long as we like. Any distracting thoughts happen to cross your mind, allow them to cross them like boats cross the horizon in the ocean. Simply gently pass by, but take the time they need, recognizing that boats are not the ocean. We too recognize that thoughts are not ourselves, or even a representation of our minds. They're simply something passing by, perhaps a memory, a realization, a dream, or an understanding. As time passes and you observe times in meditation for longer periods of time, you may notice that fewer and fewer boats may interrupt your meditation, or you may just appreciate the few boats that come by. And then to slowly start coming back, keeping the eyes closed, we'll invite in a little nicer, longer, deep breath in. And let go a long exhale out. Once again, breathe in and out. And out. Welcoming movement through the fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Bring a little movement now through the shoulders, through the upper body. And gently open your eyes. It's been a pleasure practicing with you. I'm so happy and glad to be able to make this video for you. I hope to do more, and I hope to see you soon. Wishing you peace, blessings, and joy. Stay healthy. Namaste.